Welcome, professional wrestling fans, to the PW Fan. This is episode 194. I am your host, Talk Wrestling, Tim Gilbert.
And I'm your host, the Architect of Pro Wrestling Podcast, Booker Andy.
I'm also hosting No Sun Wrestling Indie Fan and Football Lover, Jeremy.
Well, guys, episode 194, we got a big show. Before we get going, let's go over to YouTube right now. Every time you hit the subscribe button, an angel gets its wings. And that's not true, but it does really help us out. If you go to youtube.com/the PW Fan Pod and seriously hit that subscribe button and bell right now. Hang on. Wait. You're going to do it right now. And you did it. All right. For all other social media, look up at the PW Fan. Andy runs the show there. He posts the goods on TikTok. But we got a good show for you. Andy, I'm going to pass it over to you. You and I got to watch the Survivor Series together, so that'll be fun to talk about. But let's get going.
So this past week, we had Survivor Series War Games. And then that's the WWE side. And then on the AEW side, we had the start. Why does it feel like it's like multiple times a year? But the Continental Classic tournament has now started again.
Because it starts at the end of the year, I think it goes almost to the new year. So it feels like it's...
It just feels, I don't know, it almost feels like it was just a couple months ago, but...
Yeah.
Which, we'll get into that whole thing, because that's confusing. Actually, let's get into it now with Dynamite, you know. So yeah, let's start with AEW. Look, they unified the International and the Continental title to become the unified title.
Let's be honest, too many belts. They should do that with more. I'm gonna be like, cut that down a little bit.
But this is what doesn't make
like taking it in.
This is what doesn't make sense to me. You combine the International and the Continental title to become, it's what they call it, the unified. But now you're doing a Continental Classic for the Continental title.
So they ununify it already.
Or they just start calling the unified the Continental title, and that was them just getting rid of.
Well, I don't.
The unified Continental title.
No, never. You know what? Never mind.
Tim's like, I'm already.
I'm out.
Well, they're still calling it the Continental Classic, so that's why I'm like, what? Like, but there's no Continental title.
We don't know, Andy.
Tony Khan, we know you're
it's
listening.
It's for the sickos. It's not for us.
All right. Well, remember. So Continental Classic always has the Blue League, Gold League. So there was a lot of when this like tournament goes on. There's a lot more wrestling than there is like promo segments.
Dude, Tony Khan's playing 4D chess right now. 12D chess.
I saw a commercial for AEW, and it was like, the greatest wrestling tournament in recent history is back. And I was like, is it though? Is it the greatest in recent history?
I would call it the Royal Rumble or the King of the Ring. I don't know. It's just me talking. Just throwing it out there.
I kind of like the Last Time Is Now tournament better, but...
Yeah.
Oh, well. All right, so...
The Last Time Is Now tournament.
That's for John Cena's last opponent.
That was such a crazy title for it, though.
I know.
Jericho?
I agree. No, but we'll talk about that before we get into WWE this week. I guess we could, right? Because he was AEW, but I don't think he's coming back to AEW. The rumor is that he's been offered a retirement storyline and is expected to start early next year, which means Rumble, right?
And you know what?
Number 30, break the wall down.
You gotta do the countdown.
Over the last...
Exactly it.
You know what got you. Yeah, we'll break the walls down.
Break down the walls, dude. That's a good clip right there. But we've given the dude.
I'm all right with him coming back to WWE. We gave him a hard time in AEW. We did.
Well, I was gonna say we've given him a hard time. Let me finish my thought. We've given him a hard time the last like almost 5 years. Bro is ripped
pretty good
right
reasons
now.
for some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but he's always ripped when he's about to make a comeback, and then
that's what I'm saying.
Months later,
he's ripped to the gills. He's ready. Let's go. I'm ready for break the walls down. You know what's a great Jericho story? Is he said he's flying in for his debut and he's listening to a CD with his entrance music on it for the first time. This is in his either the book or the DVD. I can't remember. and he's like, and I'm listening to it.
He has
and
like
I'm
3
man,
books.
and he's like, the song's pretty good. And he's like, he was like singing it. And then he's like, looks at the lyrics and he's like, they don't make any fucking sense.
What, to his entrance song?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
But still,
look,
what a
I'd
banger,
be
dude.
fine. I'd be fine with him coming back.
Top 5 great entrance
Yeah,
themes
it
ever.
is, yeah.
So good.
I mean, love him or hate him, if you can just focus on, and I think we've talked about it before with him. Like,
If he
just
comes out with a light up
wrestling,
jacket, I'm
Yeah.
gonna pop.
yeah.
He needs it.
Look, I think everyone probably liked him before AEW, and then
I still liked him during AEW.
I like him during AEW. It's just like he got overexposed and he became.
Yeah, he just.
yeah, but then the
that thing-
controversy, like,
Yeah.
So
Nothing ever came to that. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but I'm just saying
But
like
remember the day of that pay-per-view?
Yeah, that was
They
weird.
came out and it was like, oh, dude, it was so rough.
He got booed all over the place.
Yeah,
dude, it can't. That blew over quick. That was weird.
yeah, it did go over way. All right, let's get into Dynamite, this Continental Classic Gold League, because there's a Blue League and Gold League. We had Okada versus Kyle
Anyway,
Fletcher.
I just want to clarify. That's all alleged. We don't know anything, and also
That's why I called it controversy.
Jericho in WWE would be sick. Let's go.
I mean, there's a bunch of. I'm sure that
He has like $1 billion. I have like $5, so I'm not trying to get
But at the time that he was there, he basically wrestled everyone already,
Yeah.
right? So now there's a new crop. The new crop rolls in, and he's just there for the
New
picket.
crap roll in.
You could get an eight. Well, this is the thing. Are you gonna have a Jericho and an AJ retirement run?
Y2 Jarrett. What was it? Y2 AJ.
Yeah.
Remember they had
Yeah.
like a tag team and they
That's
did
gonna
the
be
shirts.
like the next few years of WWE. It's just retirement.
I mean, you
runs.
could do AJ and Jericho again. It was AJ's first feud, first WrestleMania match.
Guys, I'm not.
People want to say Miz
AJ,
was, but
look, Shawn Michaels for me retiring was hard. Honestly, it was a thing in my life, and then AJ's coming up. Punk can't be far behind him.
Hmm.
I'm not well. oh my guys.
that's why I say watch NXT because eventually all of our guys are gonna be gone.
I can't, dude.
All right.
It sucks too bad.
All right, Continental. Oh my God, it doesn't, dude. There's some. You got Ricky Saints. I mean, Ricky Saints is holding it down there. Love him. Javon Evans, who has come up. All right, Okada versus Kyle Fletcher.
Sad. Just getting old. Everybody else is getting old.
Kyle Fletcher beats Okada, gets 3 points in Gold League. Okada starts 0-1. Afterwards, Okada offers a handshake. If Kyle accepts, Don Callis raises both guys' hands, because they're both in the Don Callis family. Continental Classic Blue League, John Moxley versus Mascara Dorada. Mascara Dorito. Moxley gets 3 points, Blue League.
I was about to say, like, when you say mascara, I'm like, he's like
Mascara Dorada. So Moxley beat him.
There you go. Say it right. Say it.
Then we had the women's tag team tournament semifinal, the Babes of Wrath, which is Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, against the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Babes of Wrath, Sky Blue. Babes of Wrath are now going to the finals to possibly become the first ever AEW women's tag team champions. Then we had, I think this was the main event. It was like Samoa Joe's celebration segment from beating Hangman. Joe grabs a mic, says that the title change was the result of a long-term plan. If you remember, like Hook had like turned his back on them, and then actually it was a double turn in the end. He called himself a strategic mastermind and compared his war planning to Sun Tzu levels.
Sanzu.
It's Sun, S-U-N, Zoo. I'm guessing some samurai strategic warfare stuff.
How dare you?
While Joe celebrates, lights flicker. It showed Swerve Strickland and Hangman armed with like chains and other weapons. They interrupt the celebration.
I will say, can I just interrupt and say the DVD collection behind you goes hard as fuck. Like I'm a little jealous.
With
like
what?
when I look how good it looks.
Oh, the DVD. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Look at that.
It's very
Look at that.
organized.
It is, and it's organized by Dragon Ball, anything superhero, DC or Marvel,
All right.
anything that doesn't have sequels, anything with sequels, and then DVDs.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So
That
if,
way everything's
like,
together.
if everything went out in the grid and all you had was electricity, you'd still be good. You could pretty much watch anything that you ever
entertain
liked,
myself.
ever.
Yeah. Or if anything gets ripped off of streaming, I got it. I got the goods.
You're
I got what I
I'm
want.
ready to go.
All right. Swerve and Page and other wrestlers decide to clean house, dismantle the ops, staple gun assaults, chains. I think, there was like a near lynching on these like ops members.
Yeah,
What?
they love to do that with the chains.
Yeah, like choking them over the ropes. They're hanging from the ropes with like a chain.
Well, that's what Hangman and
Let's not use the L word.
Hanging.
Hanging.
A mob
is
hanging.
better. Lynching is crazy.
Lynching is, yeah.
Dude, it's AI, all right? Yell at the AI. Come
AI
on.
has
Wait,
issues.
I said that?
Yeah.
My God.
AI has issues.
ChatGPT doesn't give a fuck, dude. He's like, whatever.
No.
So that was Dynamite. Then we had Collision. Again, Continental Classic Gold League. Pac versus Mike Bailey. Pac wins. We had Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata. Eddie Kingston would win. After the match, he grabs the mic, does a promo, calls out Samoa Joe, possibly setting up a future title shot. And then the main event was Continental Classic Blue League, Takeshita versus Roderick Strong, and in which Takeshita would end up winning. And that's AEW for this week. I feel like it was super straightforward. Like I said,
they had the pay-per-view and then also Blood and Guts, the week or two before?
Yeah. And Blood and Guts was just a Dynamite, So, God, this squeaking in my ear.
Everybody's spilling blood. So
Blood
much
on blood
AEW.
on blood.
Lick it up.
Andy, did you like the one I sent you today of the eye doctor where it's like he gets hit in the eyes with the air and he goes flying back?
No, I didn't see
They
it.
do. I guess they do a test at the optometrist. You guys both wear glasses.
I've been
like,
busy, so I haven't been on Instagram really.
It's this dude like at the optometrist, and it's like I guess some test that they do for you all where
it's the worst.
Okay,
when they blow the air.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're gonna feel this air, and the kid in the video goes like flying back, and the girl.
It's like scary. Everyone like panics.
Yeah, yeah. The girl's like, "Oh, there it is. Yep, and the kid goes like flying back in the.
That's funny.
All right, Raw this week. This was go home shows for WWE before War Games. Opening segment was Roman Reigns makes his entrance. He wants to talk about
on this bunch of 4-eye fucks. Just kidding.
Don't hate. He wanted to talk about the upcoming War Games match. Cody Rhodes would come out, taped forehead, confronts Roman, asks what's in it for Roman Reigns. He explains how it makes sense for him, makes sense for Punk. How this is supposed to be a war and not just a match that, Roman's coming back for. CM Punk ended up coming out, so now we have two champions in there with Roman Reigns. Punk reminds Roman that last year he saved him in the War Games. I guess it was from the Bronson Reed spot, if I believe, when he went through the table. But accuses him of ruining the trust afterwards between them two, and then questions whether Roman can get trusted. But at the end of the segment, which makes Roman walk away, he looks at both of them, and you don't really know exactly who he's looking at. But he says that title would look better on his shoulder. And then as he's walking away, they're like, who are you talking to? And he's like, I'll leave that up to you. But by the end of War Games, we know what the two Mania matches are going to be. So we'll get into that once we get into War Games. Backstage, we see Paul Heyman talking with Drew. And Heyman warns him to play nice if he wants to be in the advantage match. This is because of Logan Paul. And Logan assumes he's teaming with someone flashy, but Heyman tells him he's teaming with Drew. And Logan Paul just kind of shuts up, says that's a smart move. Tim's favorite tournament happened. It continued. The quarterfinal, last time is now. Gunther defeated Carmelo Hayes. So Gunther is now in the semifinals match, which is actually taking place tonight on Raw. By the end of the night, I believe we'll have who the finals is. We already know one half, but we can get into it next week. Did you guys see this segment with Dom? So Dom had a segment, hype up his match with Cena. Cena's music hits, and it's Psycho from the that wrestling that Dad goes to, Tim. He was dressed as John Cena, aka John Wiener.
Didn't this feel like very much like
PG era?
Yeah,
because he came out, and then a little Stu was running around with a camera and just said Stu in bold letters on his back.
I think we should re-explain just one more time the lore for anybody who might not know that our dad, he grew up, he loved, look, I'll send this clip to him. I don't even care. He grew up loving wrestling. And one of the first things of wrestling that I ever saw was Andy and I had an All Dogs Go to Heaven VHS tape that my dad recorded over he had it was like SummerSlam or something. It was like Hogan versus Macho Man. The first 5 minutes of the tape is like that, and then it goes to something else. But then, for some reason, my dad really got into little people wrestling, which is an interesting genre. Good for him. It's just he loves it. He goes.
So yeah, I ended up telling Dad about it. About Psycho coming out because Dad's seen Psycho.
How many times has Dad been to Little People Wrestling?
At least 3.
I think he's been.
I'm pretty sure he said he's done going though, but
it got too controversial for him.
I don't know if it's. I mean, maybe he just thinks it's the same thing kind of every time. What's it called? Micro wrestling.
Micro wrestling.
Yeah.
The Little Show.
The Little Show. So. Yeah.
That's one of the guys' names.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
How easy.
So yeah, Dominic.
That's really one of the dudes' names.
So Dominic, they're doing a promo, and Psycho, John Wiener, actually.
Jeremy's tone her down.
John Wiener, I guess, goes off script.
Oh my god.
And Dominic ends up hitting him with a 619 and a frog splash. But yeah, it felt very the PG era.
Didn't he also just boot him in the face and he went flying at first?
Yeah.
That's how he first kicked him.
I mean, back in the day, they had that one match, and it was the announcers were WeBL, and I forgot what Jerry the King Lawler's guy's name was, but
yeah.
They did the Little People's Court under the ring.
They did
under the ring.
Judy, yeah. So Andy, you missed this during the world of when the PG era was really fucking bad, dude. They had this era where if you went under the ring, it was like a portal to a different world.
Oh my god!
Where it was like Hornswoggle's world, and they would do the Little People's Court, and dude, it was it was a crazy time.
And what was the match called? Right, it was called WLC.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That was on a pay-per-view.
That's crazy.
Vince was in the back
This is good shit.
Oh yeah, and so the announcers were Micro Cole, Jerry the Little King Lawler, and WeBL during the WLC match. That's Vince's humor though. So. Okay, so after that segment, we had another quarterfinal for the John Cena tournament. Solo Sikoa defeated Penta. Women's War Games, we had the Team Lynch versus Team, I guess you could say Rhea. Becky Lynch comes out with her team and talks about losing the title the week before. says the title change is because of an injustice with the ref, demands it gets reversed. Then Rhea's team comes out. They have a promo. Of course, it ends in a brawl. Just trying to get everyone hyped up, I guess, for War Games. But when this happens, it's like the same thing on SmackDown, same thing on Raw, like every week until War Games happens. And then the main event of the show was the men's advantage match: Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus the Usos, in which McIntyre and Logan Paul would win. After the bell rings, the teams kind of flood the ring. Reigns, Cody, and Punk and Usos come out. Well, Usos are already out. Superman punches. Then Brock's music hits. When he does his stomp at the top of the ramp, he slips. So that clip went viral. But Brock played it off. He was laughing about it. I know Tim. I showed Tim that clip, I think, in person, actually, because he hadn't seen it yet. But that was Raw. We'll quickly go through SmackDown, and then we can actually talk about War Games. All right. Last time is now quarterfinal. Jey Uso versus Rusev. Jey Uso would win, and lots of dislikes on YouTube for this.
Well, it's gonna, like, how is he in the top 3 people who are gonna end up facing Cena?
Well, that changed tonight. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Top 4.
Whoa,
he was in top 4.
Don't spoil it.
He's in top 4.
Top 4.
Backstage, we have Kathy Kelly interviewing Damian Priest. He says his eyes healed, and he's still him. And Aleister Black and Zelina, thinking that they can change him, just pisses him off. Zelina would end up walking up, says that Aleister is focused on bigger things, and reminds Priest that the last time he was the talk of the town was when Aleister burned his face with his Jericho magic fire. Rhea Ripley would end up walking up to Priest, which was a quick little reunion. It says she has an idea to run by him later after she hypes up Flair for her match. We had Chelsea Green championship celebration for her United States title. Jade Cargill will come out. And I don't know why Jade is snatching her, though. It's not, Jade's the main champ. Why is she going after the U.S. champion? The backstage talking?
I mean, dude, I feel like you're going to be I need to know from you.
Well, Jeremy, am I right? Has she been talking? Has she been talking backstage, Chelsea Green, and then Jade always just ends up walking up?
My fearless leader.
Yeah.
I stand. My fearless leader.
All right. Well, I think that's what it is. Look, I can't. The shows blur together. All right.
Andy, you're like Ron Swanson when he walks in the Home Depot and he's like, "Can I help you, sir?" And he's like, "I know more than you."
I guess you're right. So yeah, Jade hits the Jaded in the middle of the ring, walks away.
Yes, I've also seen promos with them and her walking up. Then
we had a replacement for Sheamus in this John Cena tournament. So it was LA Knight versus The Miz. Miz tried to cheat to win, did not end up happening. LA Knight has moved on to the semifinals. And then
who
what?
Who's gonna win?
The whole thing?
Yeah,
Gunther.
Let's do. Hang on, can we sidebar for a second? What about where are you guys at with LA Knight?
He's still popular, man.
But
they didn't push him.
Do you feel like a few years ago was like a lost opportunity? Because I still kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
What, when he was white hot?
The organic build,
and
then they gave him to. Was it Roman in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Too early.
Yeah,
that was also when Roman was in the peak of all of that bloodline stuff too.
He just needed. He was like a turkey in the oven.
Let me ask you: if it came down,
more time.
If it came down to Gunther and LA Knight, who should be seen as last opponent?
The chicken was raw.
I mean, I still think Gunther in that situation, but
yeah.
If it came down to LA Knight and Gunther for Cena's last opponent, who should it be?
Gunther.
If you were booking the tour, would you have his last opponent be Edge or like Bray Wyatt. No. I'm just saying like anything you could book.
It'd be
Like
Edge.
Bray,
Edge
like
would be his
Edge,
last
Bray
opponent.
Wyatt.
Yeah,
You know,
Edge.
rest in peace. It doesn't matter. Like
No, it'd
who
be
would you
Edge.
put in his like? I feel like Bray and Edge would have been in there. Jericho. You know,
It
like
depends on
all
what
those
story you're trying to tell. You could have done Brock, and he finally slays the beast because he never has.
Yeah.
I like the story where he
Or
doesn't
what they
though.
did. Like what they did?
Yeah, like I don't want him to ever beat Brock. It kind of is like the finish to the. He never did. Well,
No.
I think he did in a
No, I never
different
did.
match. He never did.
I
He
don't think
didn't
so.
as Thug Life John Cena. He didn't as in 2011 those 2 times, and he didn't at
No, hang on,
WrestlePalooza.
no. He wins in. I remember because we were all pissed off about it. Brock comes back in 2011. He does
He
the
did.
Extreme Rules.
Extreme
back.
Rules.
Yeah, and he beats the shit. And Cena wins. Super Cena.
Extreme Rules
Oh.
2012 and Night of Champions 2014. But
Because it was-
but Night of Champions was by disqualification.
I was gonna say the Extreme Rules one felt like it was one of those where Cena gets a beat up for like 20 minutes and then does something to win.
I remember like when John won, we were all because this is like orange shirt, like Super
Yeah.
Cena. We were like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?"
Yeah, like, are you kidding me, Cena?
He still wins after like getting killed the whole match. Literally, Brock elbows
yeah,
him
if
in the
I-
head. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
If I could pick anyone, it would have been. I mean, I would have saved Punk for last, maybe.
Yeah. I think Punk or Edge. Two of the best ones.
On this day,
I pee clearly. All right.
I'm hydrated all my
On my
life.
life. All right. Women's Survivor Series advantage match. We had Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. This was a WrestleMania rematch, basically. Charlotte Flair would get the win, so her team gets the advantage. They saved the 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match for the main event of SmackDown. So we had the MFT, which was Solo, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga, and JC Mateo. Say that 5 times fast. The
I
Tongas.
can't.
Versus Team Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, Rey Fenix, Motor City Machine Guns. It comes down to 1-on-1 Solo versus Sami, in which Solo ends up winning it for his team, eliminating Sami at the end. Afterwards, to close the show, as Solo's hands getting raised, lights go out. When they come back on, the Wide Six are standing on the ring apron. Uncle Howdy is right behind Solo when Solo turns around, and he hits his sister Abigail on Solo as SmackDown goes off DL.
Yeah.
DL. What did Tim? What you say to Sky the other night when we were watching War Games? You said, "Too much suggy in my stomach."
I'm sure I said something like that.
You were eating a popsicle, and you're like, "Oh, so much suggy in my stomach." She just looked at you. She was so disappointed.
Oh my god.
All right, now we can talk about War Games.
War Games.
All right, opening match was the Women's War Games. AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky versus Becky Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. Thoughts on the match, Jer?
I thought it was good. I expected her team to win because AJ Lee doesn't wrestle that often. But I know we were saying this before we started recording, but I just thought it was so funny seeing the comparisons for War Games, like even the women's compared to AEW
super
Blood and
different
Guts matches.
Super different.
Yeah, but I like both in different ways.
Yeah. So before we talk about some spots or whatever, if I remember, AJ Lee made Becky tap out.
Yes.
For the win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So AJ made Becky tap out. Is that her only finisher? Is a submission?
I think she had another one before, but I can't remember
Okay.
what it was.
Io Sky, of course, stood on top of the cage and did a swanton with a trash can over her head, as she does in this is like her third War Games match.
It is.
So yeah, Good opener. It's what I figured was going to be the opener anyway. So they did that pretty well.
Yeah.
Then we had John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. All right, so the pay-per-view took place in the Padres baseball stadium.
Do you think
which
this
was new.
pay-per-view deserves
It looked
to be outside?
crazy. It looked like
like
a fucking WrestleMania from like the aerial shot.
Yeah. But like I don't know, it didn't feel like the event itself felt like it shouldn't maybe have been outside.
No. Stop.
Well, that did change things.
My cat's trying to crawl across my keyboard. He keeps trying to jump up and crawl across the keyboard.
Well, we did say, or
like
we didn't
pushing his
mention
belly down.
He's a big boy. We did mention, or didn't mention that there were no shark cages.
Yeah.
Do you think that's because of the venue
Yeah, I think definitely because of that.
and the ramp? It was like the
They didn't
zigzag.
have room.
Like,
And also maybe Brock didn't want to be in the cage.
they were like, yeah, there's too much space. Too many big guys. So yeah, I mean, good match. But I say that they were in the San Diego Padres baseball stadium, which because they're in San Diego, Dom is from San Diego, 619.
Mm-hmm.
Next match was John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for John Cena's Intercontinental title. All right, so before the ending, I thought the match was like probably the best wrestling match on the show. But the ending, so Raquel came in, right? She did her finisher on John. Then Roxanne did her pop rocks. There was no ref. Liv Morgan's music hit, so she returned. Liv's Morgan's hit. Her music hit. She runs down, and so this is her return. She's been gone for months. Runs down, slaps Dominic, jumps on John, hugs him. Her face kind of changes. Camera zooms in on her. She comes down, and she hits John right in the John Wiener. And and Dom's able to do his finisher, 619 Frog Splash, ends up getting the title back. Liv is now back with Dom in the Judgment Day. I should say before this, because that was like the official ending, JD McDonough and Finn Balor also ran out. John did a Super Cena double attitude adjustment.
Double
So yeah, I mean, I thought John was going to keep the title all the way till his last match. He just had it for a month, which is fine. But he put over Dom, which is what he should be doing, though, right?
Yeah, but also, I think Dom was okay in losing if he needed, if
probably
they had it this way.
Probably, but
and also, why?
But if he loses, the live stuff doesn't really work, right?
Yeah, but
her costing him the match.
You could figure that out another way.
Yeah. After that, this was the weakest match on the show, according to ratings as well for like ESPN, was Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella. I just don't think the fans were as invested in it. Not that like the women did bad, but like the crowd was kind of dead for it.
Yeah, no, I mean I kind of expected that because it's like I don't feel like this is a huge match, anyways.
Yeah, and it was put in that third spot, like the cool down spot, and they just saw women's war games. They just saw Cena's match with Dom in San Diego, so now it's like this one. But Stephanie Vaquer ended up retaining, so that feud can probably be thought of as done now, I guess. What if I just got up and did the Nikki Bella dance?
Have you seen those people that take like the WWE 2K25 and they make Brock come out doing like the Nikki Bella and he's like shaking?
I think I saw one with Paul Heyman doing it. Because you can edit like their attire and their entrances and all that.
Oh man, someone that we don't need that.
All right, so this is definitely the match that me and Tim watched together. And this was the men's War Games. So we had Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso versus Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Match starts with CM Punk and Braun Breaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I believe you had Drew enter, and then so that means the heel team had the advantage, and then it goes from there. Last guy I figured was going to come in was Brock and Roman, which I was right. So until Brock gets in there, let's talk about everything up until Brock gets in there and Roman. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk early on. Tim, you want to talk about Braun Breaker getting dropped on his head?
Dude, yeah, that was crazy. We watched all that together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The camera purposely did not like cut to him during all that.
I had to give him a quick taste of Finn giving himself a bath on the bed. He was
But apparently
going ham.
Braun Breaker's all right.
Right?
I don't know whose fault it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's anyone's fault. I think maybe the guys are too big.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Braun's agile and all, but his body was supposed to flip more. I think more land like.
Yeah.
That scared me, man. Scared me, dude.
But I felt like everything was kind of straightforward. I don't think chairs and stuff got brought in until Brock came out.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't because I think I remember seeing Brock was the only one with weapons.
All right, there was no need for Jey Uso's entrance again.
I was just about to say that. I was like, it's War Games. It's supposed to be more serious, right? It's supposed to be like intense, like match to end the feuds of certain things. But
it's for the kids.
Jay's being like,
it's.
I was surprised Logan Paul didn't flip off the top. Not saying I'm disappointed. I'm just surprised. There's usually some kind of spot that he does. That
he didn't do too much.
There's no viral spot that went in.
Saying to Andy, you see Logan Paul in there with all the rest of those guys, and you're like, he is a big boy. It's not like he's like some little guy in there, you know?
Yeah.
So when Brock gets in there,
it doesn't look. Unfortunately, I wish it did, but it doesn't look super out of place.
That's all right. His brother is about to get finally beat in a boxing match.
By who? Who's he boxing?
Fingers crossed.
Anthony Joshua,
an actual boxer.
Yeah.
If he beats him, are you just gonna
like it has to be?
It's rigged.
Take the glasses off and just slam them
down. Okay, so then Brock gets in there, right? And they treat Brock like he's Thanos. All the superheroes are ganging up on him, and he's just taking them all out. Which I wonder if that was kind of talked about, but that's basically what I pictured when all this was happening. They tried to go after him one by one, and he just is taking out Punk. He's F5 and Cody. As Tim said, Cody takes the F5 classic feet together.
He does the tight spin straight out.
There was one that wasn't taken very well. It might have been Jay. Yeah. And I think I was like, Jay's probably winded because he just gets fucking winded.
From his entrance.
He gets blown up. Yeah.
Middle War.
As we learned from that WWE doc. So yeah, then finally Roman's music hits and Brock leaves the cage to go meet him, takes off his gloves. Tim always thinks it's weird when Brock doesn't have his gloves on.
He just has these even though his hands are like a 4X, it's weird, in proportion with the rest of his body is
it looks small.
Yeah, but dude, he has giant hands.
He does.
So when Roman finally makes his way down, him and Brock start going at it. I think Roman hits 3 Superman punches, and then somehow Brock grabs him and F5s him into the announce table. So Roman's down for a little bit. They get back in the ring. Now War Games can officially start. At one point, Roman gets the brass knucks, right? And then he starts hitting Superman punches. I think the Bronson Reed, as he jumps off, and to Drew, and I think a couple other people. So then we're getting towards the end, and someone scales the cage dressed in all black. They hit a super kick, I think, to Jey Uso up against the cage. They curb stomp Punk. quick turn to Braun Breaker and then leaves. Are people really supposed to believe it's Seth? Fuck no.
No,
I have a theory.
You said.
I have a theory.
And you called it again.
I told you. I'm pretty sure it's Austin Theory. I'm pretty sure I was right.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
So I believe Austin Theory came in there to made it look like Seth. Obviously,
I still hate this ending, but yeah.
It would have been better. A lot of people hate the ending. I still think it would have been not as bad if they revealed who the person was, because he just dips out.
Better. Yeah, because it's pay-per-view. You don't want to leave it on a cliffhanger, I feel like, for a pay-per-view.
So after the stomp, Braun Breaker hits a spear on Punk. Braun Breaker gets the pin. Punk takes the pin. So I'm pretty sure before it got like kind of announced rumor-wise, one of the main events of Mania will be Punk and Breaker. I think Punk holds the title till then. I think Braun, calling it now, I think Braun wins the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because the other match that this set up was Cody versus Roman 3, and Roman does not need to win the Rumble to get there.
Yeah.
So those are the two main events coming out of Mania. I think Roman and Cody is night 2. Punk and Braun is night 1.
Is Roman and Cody going to be the Brock and Roman for the next 2 years?
I hope not. But I did want to say, if they timed it right, all right, Braun versus Punk, you could have Seth Rollins come in and get conflicted of he hates Punk, his character, right? Hates Punk, but Braun Breaker is also the one that turned on him. So who does he help?
Braun.
He helps Braun? You think he hates Punk more than...
He hates, definitely.
You know what I'm saying, though? It just came to me. I was like, they could time it right to where Punk or Seth does get involved, but it's like, what would you like to see, Tim?
I mean, I don't want to see Punk and Seth again, to be honest.
No, but I mean, do you think it would like hit more with the audience if he helped Punk?
Yeah.
And Cost Breaker?
It'd be unexpected. For sure. I think people would be caught off guard.
Oh, this is only if they were to get Seth involved in the match.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to think about. But then again, where do you put Brock in Mania, though?
They'll figure
Gunther? Do you finally get Gunther versus Brock?
That'd be a good match.
If so, how do you get there?
I don't know. You're the booker.
Well, Brock has to be there. They keep putting him in the Vegas, videos.
Stop asking us questions to make
This is the podcast. Let's get your guys'
big
feedback, dude. Like, this is literally like, I don't talk to you. God, give me your ideas. Shit.
It's like, I don't want to do this. You're making me think. He just left. He's done.
But that's it. Anything else to add?
No, that was it. That was
the pay-per-view could have been better. It wasn't
made me
a bad.
Think too much. I had to leave. I was out. I was like,
pay-per-view wasn't bad. It just, with the caliber of guys in that match, I expected it to be even better. And apparently there was creative differences.
Yeah.
There was contention backstage. Too much star power.
Had, like, a really good pay-per-view this year. Since Triple H just took it over, really.
Why do I feel like SummerSlam was good? Was it not good?
So I feel like it's been
2 nights, right?
Shows, but not consistently good.
Wasn't the last one pretty good with Punk and AJ and John Cena? Wasn't that one good?
Yeah, but
in Australia,
matches, but I don't know. Not the overall show. I feel like that's what I was trying to say. I don't know. Could just be me too.
So what do we have next? Saturday night's main event and then the Rumble? No, there's something in between Survivor Series and Rumble.
I don't know.
Day 1? Do they still do day 1?
I don't think so.
Is there a new one?
Let's see.
I think they're trying to get rid of all the old pay-per-views and rename them. Try to get rid of the
Well, that's what the one TKO.
The Vince era. Yeah. Pay-per-view 25 to 26. New Year's Evil, or is that NXT?
That's NXT. Yeah, Survivor Series. They do. That's Deadline. It looks like it's just Saturday night main event and then Royal Rumble. There's 2 Saturday night main events though in between.
Let me see.
And then Elimination Chamber and then Mania.
Yeah. So there's Cena's last one, which is December 13th. Yeah. Then there's January 24th. Then the Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Then a Chamber. Then Vegas.
Yep. Then Chamber is in Chicago.
Chicago.
Where Punk will be featured heavily.
Maybe Roman wins the Chamber and that's how he gets the Cody. I don't know. I'm still calling it Braun Breaker wins. Who can you see winning the Women's Rumble? Who's on the up?
That's hard.
Nikki Bella.
Shut up.
What?
If Stephanie Vaquer wasn't champ, I'd say her.
I know. That's what I was going to say. But
Jade already won the title because Tiffany's hurt. Maybe Tiffany comes back and wins it.
Or like even like Becky Lynch.
God.
What if AJ Lee won?
Ooh. Light it up, light it up. All right. Take us out, Tim.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. Glad
to do that Bane noise before we go.
Dude, I can't do it like you.
Me and a customer were just talking about that movie the other day, just about like all the terrible lines in it. Yeah. And where he like pulls the back credit card out and he's like, never leave the cave without it. Movie's fucking terrible. Dude, it's awful. But you know what? You know what your homework is this week? I haven't done this in a while. Go watch Batman and Robin. Get angry while you're watching it. It's the worst movie ever made. No, but we will see you all next week. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And it's crazy to think that we're getting in this holiday season. But I hope everyone's safe, happy, and go watch some wrestling. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Goodbye, my friend.